Hi everyone, it's Erica. Welcome back to Maniacal Reader. Today I'm doing my May wrap-up. I did have an ambitious TBR for the month of May, and perhaps it was too ambitious, because I didn't read everything I wanted to read. This month I ended up traveling to Chicago for Book Expo America, and I was away from home for 10 days. So that trip kind of cut into my reading time, but I did get some books off my TBR list. I'd like to show you those. The first book I ended up reading this month was Queen of Shadows. I ended up getting this book from the library. There was a lot of character development in this book, particularly with Selena, now that she's embraced her new identity as Aelin Ashriver. There was also development with Aelin's romance with Rowan. At the end of Heir of Fire, it seemed like Rowan and Aelin were just friends, but their relationship moves forward in this book, which I enjoyed. Aelin isn't with the person that I would choose for her to be with, but I did find myself warming up to Rowan. There's also huge development in terms of the other characters, like Cole and Dorian. It's always good to see characters move forward and change as the series progresses. I liked all of her storylines in this book. After reading Queen of Shadows, I read The Raid Invoice by Maggie Stiefvater. This is the first book in her Raven Cycle series. I ended up giving this book 3 out of 5 stars. I did like this book, but it took a long time for me to get into it. I only started to get really interested in this book around 150 pages. Maggie Stiefvater is a very slow poetic writer, so I'm guessing that's why it took me so long to get into. Blue is the only girl who's not a psychic in her family. Her mother, Mara, and her 2 friends, Persephone and Kala, are psychics in the family, and they give people readings when they ask for them. All her life, Blue has been told by psychics that when she falls in love, if she kisses her true love, he will die. Since she's been told this, Blue has never really been interested in boys, and she definitely doesn't plan on kissing one. Blue works at a restaurant, and one day she meets 3 people who call themselves the Raven Boys. All of these boys go to a rich prep school. Gansey is the leader of the group. Ronan is also privileged and popular, but he is sort of the bad boy of the group, and he comes from a bad family life. His mother disappeared when he was young, and his father passed away. Since his father's passing, he hasn't really gotten along with his older brother named Declan. Him and his younger brother Matthew are on good terms. Then we have Noah. Noah is a quiet character, and he always seems to be observing everything, while saying very little. After Blue meets the Raven Boys, she learns that they're fascinated with spirits and ghosts. Gansey is fascinated with tracking something called a ley line, because a ley line is a line that has spiritual energy on it. There is also mythology connected to this ley line, so the plot of this book is basically her and the boys trying to find this mysterious ley line. I won't go into too much detail about this book because I do plan on doing a video review of this book that's coming in the next couple of weeks. The next book I read was The Dream Zzzz. This is the second book in Maggie Stiefvater's Raven Cycle. I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars because I liked it a lot more than the first book. There was a lot more character development in the second book, specifically around Rowan. There's a lot more world building in this book as well. Blue has a romance with a guy in this book. She realizes that she has romantic feelings for another one of the Raven Boys. And the last book I want to talk about is Blue Lily Lily Blue. This is the 3rd book in the Raven Cycle series. I'm actually reading this book right now, but I'll be finished it by the time this video goes up, so that's why I'm including it in this wrap-up. From what I can see, not much has been happening in this book yet, since I'm not that far into it. But there was a cliffhanger at the end of the Dream Thieves, so I'm excited to see how this cliffhanger plays out in this book. I won't have a review up of this book, but I will have a review up of The Raven King when I do get to it. That's all for my May wrap-up. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!